Hey guys, it's Monica and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a story time of the time I got bullied by teachers. Now this isn't the first time I got bullied by these teachers. This is probably, I want to say, around the second or third time. But these two teachers ended up doing the same thing to me in a matter of a week. So it was kind of scarring as a little girl, to be honest with you. I was in around the second or third grade, so I was around the ages of 7 and 8 years old. It was so much so that when I told my mom, she agreed with me. She was like, yeah, you know, these teachers definitely have it out for you. You know, when you tell parents that, oh, that teacher doesn't like me, they have it out for me, parents are automatically like, nope, that's not true, you did something wrong, what did you do? Da-da-da-da. No, my mom was like, no, yeah, they don't like you and I don't know why, type of thing. Because I didn't know why either. I was just myself. But me being myself, I'm a really intense person, to be completely honest. Especially as a little girl and as a student, because I have ADHD and I have dyslexia. So teachers who don't really know how to deal with that just don't know how to deal with students with ADHD. And I think that was the case with these particular two teachers. So let me get on to the story. So this was my first teacher, and it was, I want to say, around a Monday or a Tuesday, and I got late to school this day, and we were doing a practice FCAT, I believe it was, and I get there late and whatever. So I'm doing the test, I'm doing the practice FCAT, and I finished, and I'm like, okay, you know, I think I did good, I think I'm pretty fine, whatever. And the teacher goes through it and we grade it, and I guess I got one of the lowest scores in the class, and if not the lowest score in the class. And my teacher looked at me in my face in front of the whole class and said, you know, you're not gonna pass the FCAT, you're gonna fail and you're gonna repeat this grade. I think it was the third grade, and she was it the third grade? I think it was. And she was like, and you're going to repeat the third grade. Guys, my face dropped. I was like so heartbroken, and I went home and I was like crying to my mom. I was like, she said I was gonna fail and whatever the case and whatever. So after that finished, this was around a Wednesday or Thursday, and I went to my math class. We transferred from that English class to my math class, and I failed the test earlier in the week for that math class. So my math teacher had me redo it, and I was the only one who had to redo it. Again, dyslexia, ADHD, I was never really good in school. So I was the only one who had to redo it. So I was me by myself. I was redoing the test in class, and I ended up getting a way higher score. How? I don't know. Maybe it's because I think my dad ended up tutoring me or like helped me study for that particular test, and I ended up passing it. And so I give the paper to my teacher. She checks it, and then she was like, did you cheat? I said, no. And then she looks at one of the girls that was around me. She was like, hey, did Monica cheat? The girl was like, oh, I don't know. Like, and then she was like, is your paper with you? She was one of those smart kids. And then she was like, no, I don't have my paper on me. And then the teacher looked at me. She was like, I know you cheated. I was like, no, I didn't. And I was already like, ugh. Like, I was already in tears, you guys. And I was like, no, I didn't. And then she goes, yes, you did. And she ripped the paper in front of me. You guys, I don't think I ever cried so much. And I went home to my mom in tears, telling her what happened, because that day was just horrible. Oh, and I can't forget, like, it's kind of irrelevant, but this one actually kind of hurt my feelings too. She had a bag of assorted chips in it, and what's that doing there? Oh my gosh, sorry guys, that was like a whole ADHD moment. But she had a bag of assorted chips, and she gave chips to everyone in the class. That math teacher, she gave chips to everyone in the class except for me. So of course I go home and I'm crying to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, this teacher did this, this, and this. And then my mom was like, oh, hell no. So my mom called the principal, and she was like, this teacher's doing this to my kid and I'm not okay with it. So I believe it was the next day, and the principal called me out of class. The principal herself went to my class. she picked me up and she was walking around with me. She was like, oh, tell me what this teacher did. And I explained to her what the teacher did, and she was like, huh, interesting. And so she spoke with my teacher, and I guess like she actually told my teacher off or something, because she later on comes get me. I'm still talking about the math teacher here. My teacher later on comes get me from the other from my seat and takes me to her little desk area was, and then she grabs me by the hand. She was like, Monica, I'm so sorry, I just thought you cheated because your test score was so much higher, please forgive me, it wasn't right. And I was like, okay. Like I don't know, I was just always that kid. I always forgave everyone, and I've always had a really big heart. But yeah, that's the story of when I got bullied by my elementary school teachers. But at the end of the day, my mom ended up taking me out of that school, and so it was 3rd grade. My mom ended up taking me out of that school. She put me into another school, and you know what? I passed the FCAT, both the English and the math portion, with a 3. You guys, I think the highest ranking was a 5, and the fact that I got a 3 meant so much to me. I'll never forget that day. My math teacher, her name was Miss Levy, she told me, and she was like, Monica, come here. And I was like, okay. She was like, do you know where you got in the English portion? Do you know where you got your FCAT? I was like, no. She was like, you got a 3 for the English. I was like, really? She was like, yeah. And then she was like, do you know where you got a math? And she had like math, and she had this huge smile on her face. She was like, you got a 3. And I remember I got so happy, I honestly started crying. So you know what, shout out to my English teacher that I switched to. His name was Mr. Leva. Shout out to you, Mr. Leva. I miss you so much, and I love you. Mwah, mwah. And shout out to you, Miss Levy. You guys literally impacted my life, and you guys have changed me for the better. If you guys ever see this, just know you guys actually made a huge impact in my life. So guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed that short little story time. I know it was all over the place, but again, that's my ADHD. I actually tried to record this video like a good 3 to 5 times already. It's crazy. And this was the best take I've taken so far, so I'm just gonna leave it. If you haven't seen the video I recorded earlier, it was my first video I ever posted. It was a Q&A, get to know me. You guys could go check it out. Remember to follow me on my Instagram and my Snapchat, which is going to be on the description box down below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out, guys.